moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouakai
by the grace of God Almighty, a new day is rising. From the dust of struggle, our voices are rising. They try to hide the truth in shadows and lies, but a seed of courage kept learning to rise. Through the storms of slander, the rumors, the pain, I walked through the fire, I danced in the rain. They called me finished, but watch how I thrive. Count every scar, that's proof I'm alive. I am Koji, a survivor. Hey, you can push me down, I rise higher. From the ground to the sky, I go. From the fire to the light, I glow. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji, let it show. I am, let it show. See the dust on my shoes, that's where I'm from. Every wound on my skin beats like a drum. Turn the hate into fuel, let the doubters talk. I'll put faith in my feet, watch this victory walk. Mama's prayers on my head, I remember them still. Every tear that she cried turned iron in my will. I was counting every note like steps on a stair. Now I stand on the roof, breathing brave new air. Yeah, I am Koji, it's survival. Hey, you can push me down, I rise high. From the ground to the sky, I go. From the fire to the light, I go. I am Koji, it's survival. Oh, yeah. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji, let it show. By the grace of God Almighty, a new day is rising. From the dust of struggle, our voices are rising. They try to hide the truth in shadows and lies, but a seed of courage kept learning to rise. Through the storms of slander, the rumors, the finished, but watch how I thrive. Count every scar, that's proof I'm alive. I am Koji, a survivor. Hey, you can push me down, I rise higher. From the ground to the sky, I go. From the fire to the light, I glow. I am Koji, a survivor. Oh, yeah. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try, but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji. Let it show. I am, let it show. See the dust on my shoes, that's where I'm from. Every wound on my skin beats like a drum. Turn the hate into fuel, let the doubters talk. I'll put faith in my feet, watch this victory walk. Mama's prayers on my head, I remember them still. Every tear that she cried turned iron in my will. I was counting every note like steps on a stair. Now I stand on the roof, breathing brave new air. Yeah, I am Koji, a survivor. Hey, you can push me down, I rise high. From the ground to the sky, I go. From the fire to the light, I go. I am Koji, a survivor. Oh, yeah. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try, but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji. Let it show. Let it show.
Dream. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change, yes we can. And I, George Weah, said, power to the people. Yes, we must.
Get ready for a historic gathering of unity, leadership, and vision. The Congress for Democratic Change USA, or CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention, happening June 24th to June 28th in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future. This landmark convention will bring together states chapters, party leaders, diaspora stakeholders, and distinguished guests from across the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Liberia, and beyond. Join us for strategic policy dialogue, CDC USA leadership elections, the Diaspora Engagement Forum, and a prestigious recognition ceremony featuring prominent voices and leaders, including Party Chairman Attorney Janga A. Coe, leading an array of party officials from Liberia, including Representative Frank Safoko Jr., Representative Bintu Masale, Representative Abu Kamara, and Representative Eugene Colley. Plenary session speakers will include Wanto Tier Wanto, Mrs. Welamida Sadie Tab, Aisha Bolo Howard, Mamesi Kabab, Councillor Gamonde Clinton, Civicus Basigia, and many more. And don't miss the special honoring of His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for his outstanding democratic leadership and commitment to peace. As Liberian artists, including D12, Takun J, Leto Abraham Moibab, aka Heaven Sent, and KZW, will spice the honoring nights with beautiful performances, followed by a soccer match between CDC USA and POXA, with FIFA World Best George Manneh Weah leading the CDC USA in a spectacular soccer match on Sunday. It's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from June the 24th to the 28th. Come, let's celebrate democracy and celebrate a true icon of Liberia democracy, His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the vision. Be a part of the future. For more information, contact your local CDC USA chapter or follow official CDC USA platform at www.cdc.usa.org. CDC USA Convention 2026. Here we come, renewing for results.
Said, I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change, yes, we can. And I, George Weah, said, power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens,
get ready for a historic gathering of unity, leadership, and vision. The Congress for Democratic Change USA, or CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention, happening June 24th to June 28th in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future. This landmark convention will bring together states chapters, party leaders, diaspora stakeholders, and distinguished guests from across the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Liberia, and beyond. Join us for strategic policy dialogue, CDC USA leadership elections, the Diaspora Engagement Forum, and a prestigious recognition ceremony featuring prominent voices and leaders, including Party Chairman Attorney Janga A. Cole, leading an array of party officials from Liberia, including Representative Frank Safoko Jr., Representative Bintu Masale, Representative Abu Kamara, and Representative Eugene Colley. Plenary session speakers will include Wanto Tier Wanto, Mrs. Welamida Sedita, Aisha Bolo Howard, Mamesi Kaba, Councillor Gamonde Clinton, Civicus Basigia, and many more. And don't miss the special honoring of His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for his outstanding democratic leadership and commitment to peace. As Liberian artists, including D12, Takun J, Leto Abraham Moiba, aka Heaven Sent, and KZW, will spice the honoring nights with beautiful performances, followed by a soccer match between CDC USA and Boxer, with FIFA World Best George Manneh Weah leading the CDC USA in a spectacular soccer match on Sunday. It's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from June the 24th to the 28th. Come, let's celebrate democracy and celebrate a true icon of Liberia democracy, His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah. Be a part of the movement, be a part of the vision, be a part of the future. For more information, contact your local CDC USA chapter or follow official CDC USA platform at www.cdc.usa.org. CDC USA Convention 2026. Here we come, renewing for results.
Martin Luther King said,
yeah, it's been Africa is the most talk about. And those are people. I said, when I make a dance, you are saying, when I make over the dance.
Yo, leo ima money, leo ima money, leo ima money, leo ima madio, akeni uri modi, leo ima echio, akeni uri modi, leo ima money, leo ima money, leo ima madio, akeni uri modi, leo echio, akeni uri modi, leo ima money. Hey, you catch my heart, baby, you catch my heart. I want us to be alone. In the corner we were Call me Limonga, call me Songa, baby, you know Africa. Why you eat my money? Baby, take my money. I want you to spend my money. You can't waste my money. Leo, eat my money. Leo, eat my money. Madio, akeni uri modi. Echio, akeni uri modi. Leo ima money. Leo ima money. Madio, I can do Modi. Gio, I can do Modi.
Martin money. I'm never. Martin you get you. Oh baby, oh, Martin you get you. Tell us the Martin you get you. The real did not do that. Yeah, I didn't want to do. I find already there. They are now ciao. That's the bit. Then we are you. Mama, then we are you. I didn't read it. I would have you. I didn't get it. Now would have you. Yes, I'm for that way. Where my money get you. It's time for my heat. If I get it, get you. It's a sort of I get it, get you. See that? Tell that to get you. No, no, no. They don't want to
And more Kofi, I will spend it. The Gucci bear, you will get it. Designer clothes, you will wear it. Baby, anything you want, I will buy it. I swear you the baddest. That's why all the other children, they be jealous. They can taller than tall, we not guessing. Marco Kelly. Tell you all, now you my money. Tell you all, now you my money. Mama Dio, I can do Modi. Gio, I can do Modi. Tell you all, now you my money. Tell you all, now you my money. Mama Dio, I can do Modi. Gio, I can do Modi.
No, I got that. I didn't wear. I didn't wear. I didn't wear the honor. I didn't wear the idea. I didn't wear. Pocket, my brother pocket. Pocket, come on, pocket. Check. So sad.
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And we want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you that continue to remain very, very supportive to what we do here. Without you, we will not be here. Without your support, I don't think we will keep doing what we are doing. We are excited, we are strong, we are energetic, we are very determined, we are very focused in doing what we are doing because you continue to support our endeavor. It is not that we are the best, but because you've seen that we have set ourselves apart with the truth, with commitment and dedication. There's the reason why you continue to support us. I want to say thanks to all of you who are joining us from across the globe. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that the background may be a bit noisy. You will hear other sound. I'm sorry about that. But I want to welcome all of you. As usual, we ask that you do us a favor. And that favor that we want you to do for us is to kindly hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members, share with as many persons as you can share with, and let's have a very, very wonderful time together. Please do us that favor. Let's go ahead to say thanks to our brother, Stanley Clark. Thank you so much. Good afternoon from your end. I want to welcome Foster. Thank you so much, Foster, following us there from Mose Black community. You are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly. Sabina Harris, how are you, Sabina? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Elijah, thank you so much, Elijah, for your presence. Elijah B, we appreciate you. We want to say thanks to our sister platform, Metro Media, thank you so very kindly. Orita Tupa, how are you? I want to welcome you. Arizona is in the house. Thank you so much, the Iron Lady. I want to say welcome to my own sister, Hawa Tote. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Bracewell Happiness, thank you so much, Bracewell, for your presence here. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you so very kindly. Thanks to every one of you for joining us. So, as usual, we ask that you please do us a favor. And that favor that we want you to do for us is to please hit for us the share button. Invite as many friends as you can invite, and let's do this together. Yeah, let's do this together. It's going to be a wonderful time where we can indeed do it together. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you. So hit for us the share button and let's get started with this. Before that, let's bring you some information here that has to do with the CDC USA. So let's get this again and then.
Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change, yes, we can. And I, George, we have said, power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens,
Get ready for a historic
I
gathering
want to
of
welcome
unity,
our own
leadership, and vision.
leader,
The Congress
Ali
for
Masale.
Democratic
How are you,
Change
sir?
USA, or
Welcome.
CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention, happening June 24th to June 28th in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future. This landmark convention will bring together states chapters, party leaders, diaspora stakeholders, and distinguished guests from across the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Liberia, and beyond. Join us for strategic policy dialogue, CDC USA leadership elections, the Diaspora Engagement Forum, and a prestigious recognition ceremony featuring prominent voices and leaders, including Party Chairman Attorney Janga A. Cole, leading an array of party officials from Liberia, including Representative Frank Safoko Jr., Representative Bintu Masale, Representative Abu Kamara, and Representative Eugene Colley. Plenary session speakers will include Wanto Tie Wanto, Mrs. Welamida Sedita, Aisha Bolo Howard, Mamesi Kaba, Councillor Gamonde Clinton, Civicus Basigia, and many more. And don't miss the special honoring of His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for his outstanding democratic leadership and commitment to peace. As Liberian artists, including D12, Takun J, Leto Abraham Moiba, aka Heaven Sent, and KZW, will spice the honoring nights with beautiful performances, followed by a soccer match between CDC USA and Boxer, with FIFA World Best George Manawia leading the CDC USA in a spectacular soccer match on Sunday. It's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from June the 24th to the 28th. Come, let's celebrate democracy and celebrate a true icon of Liberia democracy, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the vision. Be a part of the future. For more information, contact your local CDC USA chapter or follow official CDC USA platform at www.cdc.usa.org. CDC USA Convention 2026. Here we come, renewing for results.
The time has come for positive.
All right. So again, I want to say welcome to all of you. We appreciate you. It's a privilege for us to have you back on here. Thank you so very kindly. We will not stop playing this particular clip because it speaks volume of where we are. It speaks volume of where we're from, where we are, and where we are going. And it also talks about the kind of leaders that we have and their concern for the nation, for development, for progress, for people's right and people's dignity. We will not start playing this because the information in this can be used for even the next 100 years for Liberians. And not only Liberians, but for the world as a whole. This interview speaks volume. And we want to use this time to welcome our brother Jake. Brother Jake, how are you, sir?
I'm okay. And respect to you, CEO, and respect to the followers. As usual, please help to share this video. Sharing is free. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And again, welcome.
Thank you.
So last week, in fact, yeah, it was last week, we had a wonderful time in Pennsylvania where we attended the local convention in that particular sisterly state. It was a very nice thing, you know. We are gearing up for our national convention, which is going to be from June the 24th to the 28th, where we are
Mhm.
expecting, you know, leaders from Liberia, the party, including His Excellency President Dr. George Manawia, to attend that particular convention. And there will be other people that will be coming from Canada, Australia, I mean, all over France, and just name it. Seditions will be coming to attend this particular program or this particular convention here in the US. So all of the chapters have been very, very busy with organizing, reorganizing, you know, and then gearing up for that particular event. So it's a very wonderful time, and we were in PA having a great and wonderful, wonderful time. So to the new leadership, our brother Roosevelt Tawon and his scope of officers, we want to say congratulations to you guys. And you know, we're so excited. We had 3 chapters. We had people coming from New York, people coming from all the way Raw Island, you know, and we were there having a great time. So again, you know, it's a preparation as we
Okay.
uh, go towards 2029, you know, trying to restructure, re-energize, recalibrate, and whatever you would call it. So it was a wonderful time, really. It was very, very
It was,
wonderful.
yeah, but so who's the chairman for the CDC chairman, the overall chairman in America?
Yeah, we have an OIC. He is called Reverend Solomon Moan. He is also the head of the convention committee. You know, he's in charge of the CDC USA, Reverend Solomon Moan, and he has been doing a very great work, you know, with all of the chapters and encouraging people and etc. So he even spoke at the program. He was the how you call it, the guest speaker at that particular program. Yeah. So
So also in June, where you'll be undertaking to is a fundraising program also.
yeah, in June is the national convention where we will be electing leaders. It's going to be a fundraising, and we're going to have what we call a policy dialogue, where we're going to have members of the opposition, you know, from the ANC. I mean, all of the, let's say, the major opposition political party. We will be having like a policy, you know, dialogue. You know, we'll be discussing and talking about the future of Liberia, and we as oppositions, how we can collaborate, collectively put our ideas together to ensure that we emancipate Liberia from this particular, barbaric regime. So it's going to be a wonderful time. Yeah.
Yeah, but let me ask another question. Beside the CDC leader, George Manawia, who one of the opposition leader will be president in America also in June?
Yeah, we are expecting. I think I'm not a member of the committee, but I'm very sure the committee have sent out some communications to other political leaders. But again, I can speak to that, definitively because I am not the chairman and I'm not, a member of that committee. But they will be having a kind of, let's say, a press conference, at which time they will be able to come out the information. But they are to appear on Freedom here and on other radio station. You know, they will appear on other stations to be able to explain. Yeah.
Okay, another question to you. The coalition during Joshua time, you had group of people in the coalition. The MPP, the MPP stay part of the CDC.
Yeah, the MPP, yeah, is part of the coalition. Yes. I think the MPP is still part of the coalition. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a few questions I'd like to ask. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Thank you. The MPP is part of it. You know, it's part of it. Sorry.
Okay, but the MPP is the major opposition within the CDC. Yeah? I know Move is there too. Move
is there. You know, they are other opposition political party. They are also part. But you know, as time goes by, there will be more opposition that will be joining other parties. It's going to be a wonderful thing. But at the appropriate time, the party will speak towards that collaboration.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But thank you so much for asking. So, fellow Liberians, let's prepare ourselves and save the date for the convention. It's going to be from the 24th to the 28th of June. So save the date and let's have a wonderful, wonderful time. Again, I want to say welcome to all of you. I appreciate all of you. I want to say welcome to our mobilization and membership chair, Aliyu Masale. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much. Roosevelt, how are you? Roosevelt Kroma, we appreciate you. Khan, thank you so much. So all of you who are joining us from on the YouTube and other channels, I know some people were concerned about our absence, for almost a week long. Yeah, we were kind of bit caught up in some other engagement. That was the reason why, and we were not, it's like we were caught up in other engagement. I mean, very, very hectic engagement that caused us to be away. But thank you all for your concern. Thank you for the messages and everything. We do appreciate it. Thank you so very kindly. So, my brother Jake, I want us to start from.
Yeah, but before we start officially, I want to, because I follow you guys on King's FM.
Okay.
When you were on Friday, when you were doing your fundraising for the radio station, I would like to ask you, because you appear on that, you appear there most of the time. You frequent you there almost every Friday. Or AB brought me on sometime. But I'd like to ask you a few questions before we dive into our topic.
Yes.
Because they are concerned to me. The King's FA is owned by the former president and Clamarie Weah, because I can see King's FA, Clark TV plus Clark TV is owned by them.
Yeah, but let me just say here, as we go into this, I am not clothed with the authority to be able to speak again, definitively to that particular station. I'm just, I should say, an employee, or so we just there. So there are some information that I cannot, give because I'm not the authority. But maybe on surface stuff, we can talk about it. But I'm not the rightful authority.
Okay, but I wanted to suggest something to the King's FM.
Yes, sir.
Probably if they were listening or they can follow it. Because I know they're trying to upgrade the station to go every part of the country. It's very, very, very important.
Sure.
Coming to 2027 to 2029. It's a great challenge because a lot of radio stations, especially the Voice of Liberia, owned by Sekou Cherry, they go all over Liberia, almost all over Liberia. ELBC go all over Liberia. So the channel that can relay the CDC in the opposition, they need to do the same. But my suggestion, I know I follow you've been raising a lot of funds. But I would suggest to those in authority, those are especially A.B. William, I think he's the head of the station, to enlarging your broadcast all over the country. I want for them to reach to Claude Marie Wia. You can send letter to her or tap down former citizen, former minister within the government that were part of the George Weah government, the ex-ministers there, tap people that honor the president umbrella. It gave them opportunity. It's time for them to pay back. Time for them to give back to the country, to the station, to enlarging that broadcast, new equipment. They need to contribute modern equipment. So these are not expensive in the Western world. I can go all over the country because they coming to 2027, 2028. It will not be easy. So they need to do everything possible, reach out to people, not only on fundraising, the former ministers there. They need to reach out to them. Madam Claude Marie Wia, they need to send special letter to her, even down to the president. The president will be coming to Europe pretty soon, whatsoever. I know that. So they can all help to see how then they can enlarge a radio station. Yeah, it will be very, very important. But bring new machinery, new equipment from the Western world. Now it's so expensive. Then probably they can relay all over the country. I'm not no suggestion to them. They got to start rating other people. But only fundraising on social media will not be enough. Because if we're looking at equipment, we're looking at equipment, we're talking about over $20,000, over 20 to take the whole country. You need that's it. They can target $25,000 to attend modern equipment in the Western world, modern equipment that can go even close, that can go even that can go to neighboring country also, like Ivory Coast, like Sierra Leone, like Ghana. Yes, they need $25,000+ for modern equipment. Yeah, they need to embark on that project or else. They need to embark on it because you don't know where other people thinking on. So the message got to go outside there. That's the biggest radio station that can send the message outside there. Kings FM. I know they have friendly radio station like Banner FM, like Voice of Liberia, already on the opposition side. Freedom FM. So these powerful FM stations and the radio station, they can empower themselves. They got to make the world, because 2020 now will be tough. It can be seriously tough. So, they got to start preparing for the lies and the propaganda again. So they got to combat them. Seriously, got to go every corner of that country. That's my suggestion to them.
Sure, I think they are listening, and we will also take it to them. The suggestions you've just made, we will actually take it to them and see how best they can make use of it. We will do that. Yeah, we will do that. Yeah. Let me just take this call quickly. Jake, you can please continue. I just want to attend to Sonny here, please.
Oh, okay. You can follow us. Respect and salute to you people once again. You have to share this video. Sharing is free. We having a lot of topic to discuss today, but Prince will come later on. But let me just say some social thing today before Prince comes a little bit. Liberia is 178 years old, going to 179 by July 26th. This July 26, 2026 will be our independence. The oldest African nation, the oldest and one of the poorest in the West African region. The question I may ask Liberians today, how we got here? why poverty, why poverty grabbed the nation? Why? We have 5 million people. Today, if you look at every corner of our country, Liberians are poor people. We are poor people. Actually, poverty engulfed the whole nation. Not from this generation. It been our story of our day in our country. A lot of poverty. Every corner of our country. Families upon family. Why? That's the question Liberians should ask themselves. Why we not having successful record as Liberians? Let's lead the government. Let's put the government aside for now. Why Liberians, individual or Liberians in general, why we are not a successful story or success story? Why? Because if you Liberians, if you follow us, if you can remember, we Liberians, from our parents, poverty being our story. Why we cannot break that cycle of poverty? We are 178 years old. Probably you will say in the Third May era. Even in the Third May era, Liberians, we know the history of our country. We were still poor people. We were still poor people during the Third May era. At that time, the population was less. During the Third May era and the Turbo era, the population was 1.1 million people. Let's say 1.7, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 million Republic of Liberia. But yet still, with the vast resources at that time, when the industrialized nation was building, but still a lot of Liberians was in poverty during the Third May era. Only a few elites and those that were in the circle of the elites, and their relative were having the wealth. But a bunch of the Liberian people were poor. And the cycle still continued, Liberians. That's my question. That's my biggest question. Why this nation is poor? Individually, Liberians in general. Why we poor people? Probably we may brag that we smart people. No. We are poor people, we are poor nation and poor Liberian people. Sorry, that's the reality. To break that cycle is hard. And now presently, we are 5.1 million people. The population are grown. Among the 5.1 million are reality in Liberia, we don't even have 20 multi-millionaires. Imagine 5 million people in every corner of our country. But we don't have 15 to 20 multi-millionaires. Nobody can need 20 or 10 multi-millionaires here on this live feed. I challenge anybody. I'm not talking about audio money. I'm talking about real cash, multi-millionaires. The millionaire we know about, what people need to talk about, way back, according to storage or now. I'm not talking about all day storage, because this money name was the word audio money. Because I can remember, like, let me take you back. When we were growing up, we need to hear about the great Mario Shaw. They were finance minister at that time. Great people. Where are there millions? Today, I question some of them. Because George had to come to power before some of them, George helped some of them on the line. The work within George government, some of them were a vassal. So are we rather poor people, poor nation embedded in our DNA, Liberians? But we cannot break that cycle. Presently, this modern era, 2026, Liberia cannot need me here. Over 20 multi-millionaires. I'm not saying those are outside, we don't know them. Talking about within the country, even outside of the country, we're not many. Multi-millionaire, taking multi-millionaire. We know what we're talking about, millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars. We have 5 million people. if you're talking about millionaire, they used to call Bernard Urie, George Weah, Alexander Cummings, Berete. There are few people. Now Boyka, Ellen Johnson, Sally. Let's say it was 7. We're talking about the political side. When the private sector, probably they gotta have. I want Liberian to help me already on the live feed. It's a touching topic. For me, we are really poor people in poor nation. Because I don't know how we came to this. With the vital resources we have. We have the iron ore, Latam, the Swedish and American company, the rubber, the timber, the gold, the diamond, the Liberian natural resources that we can talk about doing when we're in school. A vast majority of Liberians are poor people. Why are we poor people? That's the question. We don't have a left star to say Liberia have a serious left star. That because of the left star made Liberian people poor. No, we don't have. If you look at the country president, we don't have left star. We don't have Mika Club. We don't have nothing. Fashion houses and things. The purchasing power in the country is less. How we reach to this point? Why we are poor people, but we brag all outside that we are rich people? No, Liberians are not rich people. I'm saying we are 5 million. We don't have 20 multi-millionaires. I'm not talking about all your money. And then thinking to my attention because a Liberian celebrity, a musician made a song they call Money in a Water. Money in a Water. I know they call him King Dennis. If anybody sharing this video, let us share it to King Dennis. King Dennis, please go by in studio. Money is not water. Who told me that story? No, how can money be water? Like we don't even have 10 multi-millionaires. He said money in our water. 75% of Liberians serious actual poverty. President, we don't have a middle class in the Republic of Liberia. We don't have a middle class. Then how you say money in our water? Please go back in your drawing board. Unless on your music you made, but the particular music you made a Liberian dancing to. I don't know, they don't question some artists. Let me give you an example, King Dennis. Go back in your studio. Money is not water. Money is difficult to get. And the biggest thing, if you earn money, the biggest thing is to maintain money. That's the greatest thing, to maintain the money. The maintenance of the money is that it kills a lot of people all around the world. Disregard you live in the West to maintain. Money is not water. Go back in your studio. Money is not water, King Dennis. The great Davido said something. He said, if you don't have money, hide your face. Another man will run your race. Then he said, money that water? A billionaire son called Davido saying to the world. The delicate, a billionaire son telling the whole world, if you don't have money, you must hide your face. You must hide his face as a man. That particular quotation or that statement he was saying it to men, not to beautiful women. He said, as a man, if you don't have money, you must hide your face. Imagine a billionaire son telling you, if you don't have money, you must hide your face. Another man will run your race. It's reality. So King Dennis, you are in error. I see like Brennan, I respect what you're doing, but that particular, money is not water. Who told you that money in water, then every laboratory will be having money, even down to yourself. We say money is water. No. Go back in studio. Come with another hit. I know Labron will be vibing. But music, it makes people to learn. Music bring togetherness, bring love. So if you say money in water, no, King Dennis, money is not water. Even if you're having money, to maintain money is hard. The maintenance of money, that's why you will see soccer player, Tata celebrity. You will hear the sound $20 million contract. Baller, musician, they are all, you will see them flaunting wealth on social media. But the maintenance, after years and years, you will see them go broke because of the maintenance of that money. That's the problem. That's another problem killing the Liberian society, the maintenance of our money. And thank God that we don't even have extra lifestyle. Liberia is not a country where you will see yard, other things, they have a fashion hub, you say, okay, Liberia. We are a poor nation. But still in the poverty, we're not even managing ourselves to manage our money. That's the biggest thing. I remember Samuel 12 said something one day, doing as finance minister, Liberian having some financial problem at that time during the Liberian money situation. I don't wanted to change the money at that time. Samuel 12 said something that Liberian people never paid attention to. He said the typical Liberians in Monrovia, those that are even working, they don't even have $700 to $1,000 in saving to that in our account. Liberian is a country, Liberian people don't save money. Saving is like a taboo to us. We don't save money. We live in flamboyant life. Lifestyle, ugly lifestyle. Totally, as you go to Liberia today, Liberians don't have, let's say, $700 to $1,000 in that name, in any saving account. For the Liberian people don't like to save. They don't like to save money. And saving is very, very important. And in life, there's something they call income Liberians. That what the Western world or those in power maintain themselves. Income. Something that bringing money every month or every week. That's the one Liberians lacking, especially in our country. To save money is very, very difficult. You got to be vigilant and smart. If you look at our country, poverty engulfed the nation. Why we cannot get out of that poverty cycle? Why? Small country. Why? That's a question. Because I don't know, we're living above our means, or we don't tackle the highest priority. Let me say something to Liberians, the followers here today. We came from a poor background, and to break that cycle is very, very hard. Very hard, especially we that are in the Western world. We cannot even boast people in the West. Nobody should sugarcoat anything as reality. The typical Liberians, some of them will be in the Western world. We cannot even come for $10,000 to $15,000 in our saving. I say some people don't have it. A lot of people have it, but it's rare. It's rare. Then imagine within the country. Within the country. The first thing in life is your priority. Where you sleep, where you lay your head, you got to maintain that place. If you're sleeping somewhere, you're paying rent, you got to always maintain your rentage. Do not live above any. Your rent is the first thing in life. To maintain your rent. Put aside every other thing. First is health. Number one thing is health. Put your health in order. Liberian people have a statement. Everybody does say life is short. I said that lie. Life is never short. I debunk it every day. No part of the Bible nor the Quran will tell you life is short. If life is really short, Liberians, why are they all in Liberians burying the young? Now all the old should have died. They get 80, 75, 90 years old, burying the young in the Republic of Liberia. They're going to say life is short. If life is really short, the Bible won't tell you so. I challenge any pastor around the world. The same Bible told us, why die before your turn? Go to a why die before your turn. People die before their time. That's a topic Liberian people don't touch. They say life is short. Life is never short. I don't buy that narrative. Don't never profess it from your mouth. We will all die. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about cardiac arrest. I'm not talking about accidents. These things happen. Accident, yeah, these things happen. But normal life is never short. You raise that narrative. That's the black mentality, especially Liberian. What the life is short, life is short. Life is never short. I'll give you an example. A lot of examples with all people that we know. You can say politicians or well-known Liberians. In the 80s, in the 90s. Well, life is really short. They shouldn't be living by now. But the young generation can say life is short. Yeah, you raise that last. I told you people, the tongue is powerful. Anything you profess from your mouth. If you talk, you see the problem with our country, we dwell in too much negativity. Negative sell a lot in the country than positivity. That's the problem battling the nation. Life is never short. Never short. If we are living in the Western world, you will never hear the European or the American or those in the West, they life is short. They live that life. Things happen, things happen. Your health is number one. Your health is number one. Anything happen, after 6 to 7 months, go to your doctors. Check yourself every 7 to 8 months or 1 year. Doctor keep secret. But don't wait for the sickness to spread in you after years and years. It will destroy your immune system. They late. The probably people will say, oh, they wish this guy. No. Liberian people don't do checkup without living. That's the key to life. Your health. Health is life. That's the number one. That's the bedrock of the Western world. That's the bedrock of the European Union, where I live. The poor healthcare system, the healthcare system is number one. Nothing comes important than the people healthcare system. Nothing important. Because health is life. But if you look at it, Liberian people don't put our health first. No. Then they say life is short. No. You hear somebody sick, they just die. Oh, they wish the person, no, they will never a wish. Probably that person has sickness within them. But years and years, they never go to the hospital. They never check themselves. And the sickness spread and destroy the immune system. It's lit. Then when they go look, oh, we just saw this man, you were sick, but he just died the next day. No. He has sickness within him over 3 to 4, 5 years within him. But he never do checkup. So health is number one in the whole life we live in. And second to life, where you sleep or where you live, if you're paying rent, you got to maintain. These are the priority in life. Your food. These three, if you have a good health, you can maintain your rent. And the bread you put on your table, the food for you and your family. These are the 3 important things in life. If you can maintain this thing, you're good. Nobody will see your down. Nobody will see nobody will see you falling, because if you can maintain it. But most Liberians will don't maintain these things. You get obligation to your rent. Probably you're paying $50 per month, especially our countries, because I know now president rent is going up. I remember vividly when I go to Liberia, you will see 20, 22 years old guy or girl. They have a small place, they're paying $30, $25. Now you go to Liberia, they're paying $35, a smaller place, $35, $40, going up. In our system we have in our country, where poverty engulfed the nation, they're asking for 1 year rentage, 6 months. That's it, 1 year. It's very hard for a lot of people to just get 1 year rent. And most of our landlords in the country, they don't care. They don't They don't even maintain their own houses. Even you're renting from them, they treat you any kind of way because why? They don't care. Because they know Monrovia, Monserrado, can't just say Monrovia. A lot of people in Monrovia. They can't tell what that place was built for. That's a 600,000 inhabitants, 600,000 to 700,000 people, Monserrado. But now, because of the war, a lot of people came from different areas of the country. They migrated to Monrovia for greener pasture, for better life. So we're having over 2 million Liberians living in Monserrado County, the 17th district. So it makes everything tough in the country. That's why you see garbage all over the place. No great sanitation, because Monrovia was built for 600,000 or 700,000 inhabitants, but over 2 million. So that country cannot be properly cleaned the way we want it, or the way it was before, during those days. Because a lot of people was not in the country at that time. But now, a lot of people, because all the other countries, everybody will abandon and everybody moved to Monrovia for greener pasture. That's why I made renters going up a lot. Place that used to be $25, $30 is skyrocketing now with $50. No good sanitation. So it's hard for the Liberian, it's hard for the youth because the unemployment is high. The purchasing power in the country is low, the lowest in the West African region, because no job, everybody depend on government job. But the question here, before Prince Kami will proceed to our topic, why we Liberians are poor people? It's not this generation. It's generation before us. Even before our parents. Now our parents, our grandparents, why they were poor? Why they were poor? Why that cycle continue, Liberians? Why continue? That's a question we should ask. How can we change the narrative? How can a new generation, probably not us now, how can a new generation change it? Because if you look at the new generation with this social media era now, it's getting worse for them. They're lazy. This new generation, they're more lazy. It's reality, you accept it. And life is not fantasy, life is reality. Liberians, life is not fantasy. I can see people, a lot of Liberians, do not follow social media to say that's the life. No, that's not the life there. Life is reality. All these people that are fronting on social media, it's not reality. No, it's not reality. Reality is when you pay your bills, the roof over your head, you got to pay your electricity bill. You got to feed yourself every day. And globally now, food is very expensive now in the world, not only Liberia, all over the world. Since the corona period, after the corona, things changed all over the world. Things not like before. The global supply chain has gone up. We're talking about our daily need, like import base. We import for everything in our country. Everything in the Republic of Liberia, we send for it. We import for it. We spend over $300 million a year to import for goods and services in the Republic of Liberia. We are an import-based country. We don't produce nothing. So we import for everything. As the import and our port, the free port of Monrovia became one of the most expensive ports. Now, so everything's skyrocketing in the country. So the living condition, imagine the Western world, the daily commodity in this in this European war and the American wars expensive and high for Liberia. Imagine. Let's talk about the daily things that we use, that people use with their children. We're talking about egg. We're talking about bread. We're talking about butter, milk. All these things that people use for their children, especially the children, is skyrocketing all over the world. All over the world, everything, down to the mineral water we drink, everything, the bread we eat, the toothpaste we use, the tissue we use, the shampoo, the soap, everything skyrocket. I think our daily need. In this thing, you gotta consume it every time. Every day you gotta consume it. Probably you overlook it like a lot. No, it's not easy. Your child or if you have a family with five people whom they gotta brush their mouth every day. They gotta use the bathroom, tissue, toothpaste, soap, shampoo. People don't look at these things. It's all expensive. They all carry money. Now imagine you don't have special income. And one of the things I noticed in Liberia, I don't blame Liberians anymore, especially the beautiful Liberian sisters that managing themselves and doing business. And after some time, the business go down. And when they say in Liberia, probably you're doing a business. You start your business with $250. Look at a simple business. Let's look at the simple thing that Liberian girls love a lot. News clothes, we can call it Joker Flair. Okay. The real one is $250. You buy it, you sell it, you get left. If you sell, if you not do sepe, as Liberian people say, sepe, like you credit it good, you will generate less. If you buy it for $250 or $280, you will double your profit. But this is the catch, Liberians. In that profit, imagine you paying your rent. You're paying rent. You're eating every day. Maybe you got to take care of your children. So it'll be heavily difficult for that business to grow. But if beside that business, you can maintain your rent, all of that business, and provide food for you and your children, the business bound to grow. I've noticed something. Because a lot of people start business in the country, but a lot of time the business crumble. The business after 3, 4, 5 months, they struggle. Now they say they want to maintain that business. They want to maintain that business, but to that same business, they're paying rent. They gotta provide food for their children or themselves. So the burden on them. And one of the greatest things Liberians that I noticed in the Republic of Liberia, got no job. A lot of men in the Republic of Liberia run away from that responsibility. I'm blaming them. I'll be honest here. It can be anybody you. Who say Liberians are unique people that are able to take care of responsibility. But because of no job in the country, most our men in the Republic of Liberia that abandon that responsibility. They never wanted to abandon that responsibility. Imagine you're 27, 28, 30 years old. You don't have a job. The clock is ticking. One thing that Liberians they don't know quick, the strength to fuel you. That's life. The strength can fuel you. In your teen, that's the time to work hard, to push harder. From the age of 20 to 35, that's the time to make the money. But imagine the society we fall ourselves in today because of the Liberian Civil War. It set up back a lot, and we don't discuss the thing here a lot. This all is not about blaming government. Yes, government should open way for investors to come in the country. In the Western world, we all live in the West. The people don't count on government. No, they don't put that bread on government. But government open avenue, tax incentive, investors, and they make the area so conducive for investors to come. Imagine the European Union paying 21% in taxes, in corporate tax. A governable society, a fragile nation like Liberia paying 25%. How can investors or somebody that want to invest millions of dollars in the country will lead 21% in Europe or lead 18 to 20% in America to come invest in Liberia with no security? La. That's a struggle. This is an old age problem. Seriously. But still doing the blame game. Imagine you 30 some more years old. We still live in our parent houses in Liberia. How frustrating it is. As a man, you wake up every morning, you're jobless, nothing doing. No respect in our home anymore. Even your wife doing something for you to eat. That business will crumble because she's a breadwinner at that time. She providing. She in the market, she doing the business. But you on the side. And I say all Liberians, I talk about majority of Liberian men. The reality. If you visit the country, you will know. You will know. But if you outside of the country, you won't know, because we have visited the country most of the time, almost all the time. We see one player on the ground. We say Liberian men don't want to take responsibility. How can Liberian men abandon their children? No, it's not in our DNA. Reality. It's not in no Liberian men DNA to abandon their children. Because of the circumstances. I don't say all men, no. They got some irresponsible men. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the numbers that exist. It's so sad. Men don't have voice in the country anymore. Because why? The country is hard. Seriously hard. No, it's not easy to even be employed. You got to know people. People know people. You have connection. And most of the connection will be lies. Even our beautiful sisters, they have been used as sex slaves to just get to people to employ them. They lie. A guy will have like 2 opportunities to employ a girl to work any place. He will use over 20 girls. You will lie. You will sleep over 15 girls and offer only one of that job to one of these girls. That's one of the things that happen in the country also. Our women don't have opportunity. No opportunity for the women. Imagine no opportunity for the men. Now about women. If you look at the country, it's hard. I said it before. Liberia is a poor nation. Probably there's a debate. I told people I can debate any great politician. Put your money up front. I put my money up front. We sit down on the table in Monrovia. Maybe you will debate Liberia. We've been a poor nation long time. I told Liberians here, you know what we see the crack in the country now? Why the tension high in the country? During those days, I told you people, taught me, Pablo, they play on the nation. Taught me they knew, had a video, I will play it one day. Taught me they knew. You know why they contain Liberians women a lot of time? It's why our population less. The oldest country in Africa, but population still less than 5 million. Why? You know why they did it? Let me tell you, Liberians, during those era, during the Todman era that ruled for 20 some more years, they brought something they call the family planning. That notion came from America. That was 13% of blacks American in America today, 13% to abort their babies. But in Liberia, they call it family planning. It gave you something to take to not bring child upon this earth. They introduced that bullshit in Liberia because they knew Like because they knew one day our natural resources will go down, mineral don't grow, mineral don't finish Liberians. I don't tell you people these things here. The Swedish American company Lamco, they operated your man for 60 to 70 years. Mineral don't grow, mineral don't finish. So now we see the crack in the country now. Family knew that this time will come. So you know what they did? They play on the population at that time with 1.7 million. They introduced family planning to our beautiful women. They accepted it. They cajoled them. Oh, y'all don't bring it good for your education. You will not born. I will lie. They never wanted the population to grow because the tension will come on them. They knew this kind of they knew that the day would come, but will not be on the F anymore. So now the tension rising in the country. We have 5 million. Some were 7 to 8 million will be killing each other. Imagine 5 million plus people tension in the land. I will tell you every day the Liberian deposit our natural resources, the main one, the iron ore, metal steel, or you call it a sour metal. They just taking the last one. Our forest, the timber, or you can say lodging, the timber industry during the turbo era, it was $1 billion industry, $1 billion+ industry. But now, for now, President, we cut all our trees. We fought a 14 to 16 year civil war. Under Charles Gangay Taylor, he cut all our trees, illegal money, everything was going on for 14 good years to arm his rebel group. They stole illegal money. They embezzle our forests, take everything, our timber, so it's cheaper in the world market. Because Charles Gangay Taylor wanted to arm he wanted to arm himself, use multi-millions of dollars, billions of dollars to arm himself. So all the side he control, the forest and control, illegal money were going on. At that time, they cut all our trees, but they never plant trees. As you cut one tree, you plant 7 trees. It take years for timber to grow. It'll take 5 to 6 years for timber to grow. So they never, he destroyed the forest. Charles Gangay Taylor. Today, and I tell Liberians here, our vast majority of resources finishing. Don't go to the rubber side. They go and down, go and down more than us. We have 3 natural resources that all Liberians study about: the iron ore, the timber, and the rubber. Maybe you add gold and diamond, but we don't have that packages like the Seveloon. We get the diamond and gold. We get little diamond and gold. But Charles Gangay Taylor, 14 good years plus, he destroyed the Liberian forest to arm his rebel group. So you give now they want to going on in the country now, Nigeria. A lot of illegal money going on in the country now. So, but we are poor nation, Liberians, are the reality. Yeah, Prince, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother, for holding on. Just too many things, we have to take care of. But thank you so very kindly. Thank you. Yeah. So there is this issue that I want us to talk about. It is very serious. It's very concerning. Prince Johnson was very specific, even on his dying bed. There was one name that he cried on, and the recordings are there.
Mhm.
His own son, Jeremiah Kwankum, the man who he took as his biological son, the man who he introduced to the Nimba people. This is my son. You look at this man just as you will look at me. You please support him. And because of the way and manner in which Prince Johnson was able to introduce Jeremiah Kun, gave Jeremiah Kun his support to the extent of even bringing Jeremiah Kun to his party, the MDR, and said, this man, you'll support him. And we saw how Prince Johnson went above and beyond to ensure that Jeremiah Kun is elected. And he was elected. Jeremiah Kun was elected as vice president. Joseph Newman Boyka decided that he will use Jeremiah Kun to be able to get to Prince Johnson. Because look, remember in life, the thing that hurts a man most is when a household is against him. You can easily survive when you are attacked by an outside forces or when you've been castigated by people who are outside. It will not really hurt you too much, although you will have to deal with it, but you eventually you will get over it. But when you've been attacked by your own household, the people who are close to you, the people who know you, the people who you lay down your life for, when you are attacked by them, that attack is too horrific. Sometimes for you to even recover from that attack is impossible because you think about the heartbreak, the time, and everything. And that was what that happened to Prince Johnson. When Prince Johnson was being bullied by the likes of Darius DeLong, members of the Unity Party and the rest of it, Prince Johnson ran to Jeremiah Kun as a son and said, my son, this is what is happening. Little did he know that Jeremiah Kun had his hand in this entire stuff. So on his dying bed, he cried on the name of Jeremiah Kun. And that was it. He gave up the ghost. This Jeremiah Kun, there is something about him eliminating people. I don't know. There is something about him. John Solo the late, may his ashes rest in peace. When he decided to go ballistic, he started to associate with the vice president, Jeremiah Kun. You will go to Jeremiah Kun, etc., etc. And thank God that it was Jeremiah Kun himself that authored it. We weren't the one that put story together. When he was giving his tribute or whatever, Jeremiah Kun took his phone and he read from his phone the text message that Solo sent to him. Solo said, my man, since I left on your horse, it has not been easy on me. It's not easy on me. I'm from one hospital to the other hospital. According to him, the vice president, the man texted him. He did not respond. He did not respond. Imagine. The man who they were using to unleash, according to them, whatever terror on the CDC. There's a man that will text you, he say, he see the text. But when this man, after he even texted and said, my man, since I left onto your horse, and I said, on me, and I to myself. Few hours later, this man gave up the ghost. And Jeremiah Kun at that particular memorial or whatever it is, was able to open his phone and read to the entire world and said, I didn't see the text message yet. My brother, let's hear from you. There is something odd about this vice president. But let's hear from you, Jake. What do you make of that entire story?
Yeah, thank you for this topic. That the training topic around the Facebook circle now. A lot of people, the vlogger, they're not discussing it because probably they're afraid. But a lot of media institutions, they're talking about it. But let me say something. I told you before, there are two audio in the Republic of Liberia. The day they release that audio, the country will shake. I've said it before. Two people have the audio, they never release. The president, the former president George Weah, get one audio from Prince Johnson. Then his own son, the one that representing him now, Samuel Coker, John is Bali. You get another audio that he's Samuel Coker. If Samuel Coker hearing it, you say, but how they God know when I'm living in Liberia, how you know have an audio? He have an audio that never been released in the Republic of Liberia. Damaging audio for Yellow Johnson. Let me break it to the Liberians here. Before Prince Johnson could die that week, on the weekend, Saturday, he had a plane meeting to meet the former president at his Jamaican resort. Everything was set to meet George Manning Weah. George had that, the former president had that audio. Maybe one day you will release the audio. One day you will release the audio, maybe appropriate time. You will release the audio to the Nima people. I know you will release that audio. The Samuel Coker will release that audio to the Nima people. Time will come. They will pull in a lot of things in that country. I'll tell you something about the Unity Party. You're doubting me. It's coming to reality. Prince, why these people, renowned people, honor George Weah, when people die, they'll be fighting the president to do autopsy on body, like the Princess Kopo, all these people. But renowned people in the country die. Grace Faden, Prince Yellow Johnson. Nobody does. Why the government cannot do autopsy? Not to say that Kekeleden, as Liberian people say, that people that work for the country, that work for them. Prince Johnson was on the side of the Unity Party. He brought the Unity Party to prominent today. That man, Grace Faden. On Grace Faden, that $10 million mansion was starting. You're feeling forgetting? Grace Faden know about that they all of them know about that $10 million. You ask a question, why Grace Faden was killed? Why the government, a presidential affair minister, nobody do up to say, no, until now, nobody, no newspaper, nobody know why kill him. Then come to Solomon George. When we're doing your daily job now, on a proper, desire to be a propagandist now, demeaning the CDC, that failing, that giving prominence, that giving power, that made to be there. He knew George Weah, not for now, for a long, long time, big brother to George Weah. Now, George Weah, big brother. George confide in that man many occasions. He wanted to do some crazy thing in the country. The president is coming down against the same United Party. He flip-flop. He flip-flop because they lose power, because the president transferred power. He couldn't see a way through. He was there for how many years? They just left power. So they left power. Let's be honest, Liberians. Soon as they left power, less than 1 year plus, so they start having financial problem. They call it royal. He start having financial problem. The question you may ask, why should Solo have financial problem at the early age? Or 1 year plus in the city, in the new government? Why have less staff? Why are you having financial problem? He's indebted. Why? So when I Senator let me ask you the question before I proceed. Or only on George Weah.
Yeah, he served as representative under the Ellen regime. Yeah.
Make it make sense. They were destroying the money at that time. Representative were making $10,000 per month. Young blood, they were making $10,000 on Ellen Johnson a Carlos grade at that time. Now because George Weah King the harmonizing 10,000 a month. Print Liberia people, it does make sense. 10,000. We're gonna let start George Soro were living in Liberia. Then CDC King, okay, CDC Town King, he there again. The harmonized them. Let's say harmonization gets 6,000, 5,000. You pay your tax, everything. Total, you come to 5,000 after tax, after government tax. Then less than 1 year plus, they go change. You start having financial struggle. Meaning you feel that the United Party will give you way. That's how he went to that side. He thought there's a video, George, we are playing in a church. Nobody ever George we are. I was talking raw here. He's a blessed man. You any play you get for him, you will crumble. I witness or it. Any play you get, you will crumble. It happened to all a footballer name, man. I want to come in Nimia. Before I'm coming Nimia, the many verse I would name them. All of them I went against, he never go against them during that football time. He used to sign contract, get them money. I put me on record here. One day the president will say, Jay, why you want to talk all these things here for? All of them I went against them, man, where they are. I can name all of them all over the world, where they are. No success story for them. They hear that feel you go against the hand. They don't read the book of power. They crazy or what? They are limited people. Go read the book of power. You don't usher your master. In the vanguard of the football at that time, he was a master for them. He was a master. He used to pay that way. Fancy, I just telling you. I fly with Westward before with the former president and with my football people. Westward from Africa, we flew with Westward to Monrovia. He fell and he bought a ticket. The novices in all faith were talking a lot of bullshit today. They ate them down with him. They paid 1 cent. He was doing it for them. He coming when he signed a contract, he was getting allowance, bought a ticket, flying on Westward free of charge. They were down in one, bring designer things for them. I'm talking here. He the first Liberian to wear Versace. Liberian people know what they call Versace. Me don't tell them one yet. When Versace, he the first to model in Versace boxer. The videos are there. Liberian people knew what they call Versace. The Deodora football, the Deodora boost today. The first black man to wear Deodora was Ben Johnson. The runner from Canada. After Ben Johnson, George took the commercial, Deodora. He shared a commercial with Liberia. And while Liberia to wear the Deodora t-shirt, I check know about it. None of them, they can't even, I can't be near the talk here. They can try it. I know all of them. I know them. Even down to Jimmy and the Diva, all of them, I know them. I know all of them get a water. All of them get a river. They can, that only hatred in belly in them. You can never outshine your master. So don't know why in crumble. Let me tell you today, you know. You think, I see like people on Facebook, why Joanna, why can't Joanna go see Solo face? You're crazy, eh? You know what they call George Weah? You know what they call George Weah? Because you're limited, you're not, I don't tell you, you're not living a spiritual realm of life. You're only living a physical. I want people to tape on you because you're only living physical. You get something called the realm of the spirit. You got to live in that realm of, or you got to pray God for the realm of the spirit. And you will see your only meaning for far. You see it. Let me give you another story. When the president went to Prince Johnson burial, when you listen, the videos are there. When you arrived to the burial, Jeremiah Kun left a seat to come walk to the president. You remember that video? Where went viral in Monrovia? For the president to shake a hand, the president do a bow down. You leave your seat. You know what God George Manneh Weah? The great Prince Johnson, not ever George Weah. Then are you ever George Weah? Jeremiah Kun, listen to me. And the country was serious. That statement the vice president made, police director, that played Greco-Common sort of snake that name and now. That played Greco-Common sort of say, yes, listen to me, I'm a professional. I got my children all around the world. This thing can happen to my children. The statement the president made, the vice president made, are breaking the book. We'll drink, we'll do autopsy, we'll care what the text message is all about. Why he said this? Let me tell you, that text message is damaging. It's very damaging. In the Western world, they will hold him responsible. He's that maybe that God take it from him mouth. That God, maybe solo spirit was strong for him. But listen to me, not only Latin. You know, even Prince Johnson, when paying tribute to preacher, he says on the many war Prince Johnson also. The videos are there. In the capital building there too. He said, after statement yellow Johnson again. Then now, what is so in that in let me tell you something, that whole statement in that the vice president, a reality. But because we're having a society where they wish on the other people. We wish on the other people, but it's talking about real people. The solo family now. They sort of take it. They sort of tell the they sort of carry the court. They sort of carry the vice president in the court for making that statement. You think when a George Weah or somebody within the CDC made that kind of statement? And we're talking about Basi Nitwana, one guy that he was communicating with Samuel. You remember Basi Nitwana?
Yeah.
And the same Unity Party put it on Samuel Twede. That message. Oh, Samuel Twede, Basi Nitwana. You remember that story? Then another story again. My brother, let my brother Yimpan. Our former public world minister. They went to where they down in fish, some restaurant, other than if they magate all of them, they lie on magate again. Oh, magate, they wish the man. You let the party bring with that whole story, the whole country. Today, as people in that country, that place for magate and need. It's called something to where they need today. But the vice president making that kind of dramatic statement, reading from a test log. Really? Because the last man he met, he went down to a house. Then after, he started crying about hospital to hospital. And nobody do after to say if you are foul play or not a renowned person. But why happened, Prince? In the left ear, Prince. In the left ear, Prince, I'll be honest, like I don't have what they call loyalty. There's a few, the whole Republic of Liberia, no loyalty in that lane. Everybody flip-flop because of greed. The poverty made a lot of people flip-flop. Look at the sedition that flip-flopping, Prince. It was bad for you. The Tomo Falade, the just said that the president brought to the limelight, took it from the plain field, took Sir Joseph from the refugee camp. And the other 1 year, Barbara song. What was I know spokesperson for the party that recently? Imagine CDC gonna win that, gonna be like the minister. Imagine Barbara Gione. What is saying for in the country? No loyalty in the country. No love in this country. The country that demolished country. Spring when I tell you this thing here, I think I'm joking. I'll be talking about Liberia. I think I'm doing. It's a demonic land. There was no prosperity in that land. No prosperity because the land is evil. You think why we fight that civil war? You think why God punished us for that civil war? And today we're not learning our lesson yet. There's no loyalty within the land. That's reality. Brothers and brothers on each other back for no reason. Why solo? Why solo? You think Solo stupid or what? Sorry to say, man, so rest in peace. You think Joey are broke? Joey is a multi-millionaire. Joey get more money than before. I told Liberians here, Joey just Joey was appointed again on FIFA. Liberian people, you go fact check me here. FIFA worth over $2 billion. The World Football Going Bali worth over $2 billion. Over. The man is the chairman on racism and discrimination. He having 2 offices, one in Geneva, one in Rabat. Number Butcher, he a group playing with all footballer on racism. Over $100 million budget. Over over 100 objects in it. They soon again. They soon right here. Playing football by a own club team in New York. That family born to win. Joey get more money than the Liberian people think. Not only Liberia. No, he having huge package of salary. A salary in millions of dollars. A salary that in millions right now concerning FIFA. The man best friend at Infantino. The man best friend. This FIFA boss, Infantino from Italy, is George Weah best body that did. The sky is George Weah limit. Anything touches that goal, Liberia. You're doing even Jordan will be president. He good. If Jordan will be president, I will take part your presidency again. He's good. He's good for life. He have your over $100 million budget. He control the budget. You will see how you can be displayed in the FIFA and World Cup coming. The World Cup coming, I'm going to see why you'll be sitting in the FIFA work. Why you'll be sitting. You'll be sitting there if I think on it. The FIFA president is a mere personal person. If Atino gave him a job on a silver platter, he get office in Rabat, he get office in Geneva, Liberian people. You not need your Liberian people job. You just wanted to help you to face your country, your blind country, your poor country. You just wanted to contribute to help it, to help the country. So let me tell you, brother. Solo then sorry to say they went on the wrong side. That was happening to them. If anybody cross path George Weah, that Georgia will bury you. If you cross passing, he will bury you because he don't have no mal. Georgia malice like him, no value. All those that came on that crumble in your past, all of them crumble before him. He said, I will say that he's a blessed man because they may not think negative about other people. He wants for everybody to win. He wants for everybody to win, but Liberia don't see it that way. So then they look for what happened to them. So if they hold the government, if they hold the vice president responsible, it's like for them. But no CDC going to push it for him. No, his family got to push it. And reality.
Thank you so much, my brother Jake. And this issue is very serious. And the government continue to prove to everybody that this issue of witch hunt, political witch hunt is real. The government continue to prove it on a daily basis. There were individuals who were arrested or they were called in for questioning because, according to the police, there were phone calls, log. This ASAM case. They said there were phone calls. These people made phone calls. They were around, etc., etc. They heard on the phone somebody call somebody. So somebody called somebody, that person they call, the person become a person of interest. On a phone call, lawmakers from the opposition bloc, they were called in by the police. They were detained. They slept at the police station. They went to Morovia Central Prison on the basis of the phone call where they made, you were there. Somebody hear you talking. Today, it is the vice president. In his phone, nobody stole his phone. He opened his own phone and start to explain to the Liberian people. Why is it that he is not called in for questioning? Why is it up to now? This vice president is walking scot-free. Why is it that the police is not raising any issue with this issue of George Solo? Solomon George, sorry, not George Solo, Solomon George, the late. Why is the police not questioning the vice president? Why by now they have not, confiscated his phone to search in it to look at all of the call log, what happened, when it happened? From the information that we have gathered, Solomon George driver was taken from Liberia Because on that day, when they went to the vice president house, the driver that took him there, one way or the other, he ate there too. The information that we gather, they took the driver from Liberia and sent him to one of these African neighboring countries, which I will not call. Now, the vice president now is saying he wants to sponsor or he wants to take care of the medical bill of that driver, to take him from where he is to send him to India. But now he is doing it behind the scene with the family. It was how this driver, big sister, the information is about to be out. They're about to put the information out. If they made it scared, it will have the big sister, the driver of the big sister. So, but this thing is not secret thing. He sent somebody to the family place of the driver. He said, the man was driving for my friend Solo. I want to take care of him. I will take care of the medical bill and what have you. But you don't got to. He sent someone to their place. So you don't got to, make noise over it, that the vice president, you just leave it, we'll do it, but we don't want for the men name to be out there. The VP Jeremiah could send somebody there. I almost say, what? If the vice president want to help, it's a good thing. But why is he helping? Why is it that he don't want his name to be mentioned? Why he just want to do it, somebody will say Nicodemously. Why? The sister said no. Whatever they are doing, it must be done publicly, openly. Because he is fronting that he want to take the man to India. So the sister said, we don't know where he taking this man, what is going to happen. We cannot keep it a secret. Why, if we keep it a secret, the man goes India, he goes to India for medical treatment and something happened to him? What will we say? If we start to explain our other story, who will yell? Who will listen to us? So it's best that we say it here now. So my thing is, why is the VP hiding to be able to take this driver who is really sick, who was with Solo on that day?
Oh, wait, let me ask you. So the driver in Solo was sick at the same time?
Yes. Yes.
What?
When they came from the house there, the both of them fell sick at the same time. The both of them fell sick at the same time. So why is it that he wants to take this driver Nicodemously? Why? That's the question.
Where is he there? Again, followers, you have to share these videos. Prince attaining something. So let me proceed until Prince come back. Liberians, I said to you people, we are at a crossroad. Serious crossroad. The country is high, the country is tough. Do not get it twisted, Liberians. We are a poor nation. Imagine the Unity Party that spread gibberish and propaganda and lies, forced rule for more than 3 to 5 years. St. George Weah took power. He started a smear, that propaganda. The question I'm asking Liberians now, take all your political hat. We all pledge allegiance to the country. Are you better off now than the 6 years of George Weah? That's facing reality. Are you people better off now? The rescue that we're talking about, any rescue have happened? Any rescue have occurred in the country? They have minimized poverty. Nothing changed yet. That's facing reality. Are you people better off now? Inflation is higher than before. No job opportunity. Imagine the government came to power, the down south people. They took over 200 to 300 EPS that were employed within the CDC government. I will say something here tonight. Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was in power for 12 years. She has almost 65,000 employed. 65,000 were on wage bill at that time. And when George Weah then came to power, the other 15, Liberia had 80,000 on wage bill. And what made our wage bill will have? Anything changed now in this country? Now the president came. The same unity party that came first, the dancer, the second, the dancer again. People lose their job all over the place. Anything have changed, Liberian? You are seeing any rescue going to 3 years. We're in the rainy season. Rainy season starting May 15 or 20 or April. Straight to October. Nothing will change, nothing will work. Let me ask you, you all are living in the States. We are living in the Western world. A rainy season come, can you construct your home? You are building houses now. You will pause everything. You will save your money until you wait for the dry season. It happened in the Western world also. We know the winter here. We get winter, we get summer, we get all kind of system here. But the real winter, you see anybody can go construct road? No. Even those are working in the winter, are working outside. They will tell you to stay home when the wind, when it's very cold outside, because you also working. We're having a lot of rain in Liberia now. You know why we're having a lot of rain? I told you people, we destroy all our forests. We destroy the forest. That's why many rain come in Liberia. The rainfall in Liberia can be easy. Before, no one never like that. Like the fast year. Rainy season coming, every project will be tabled. Every project before you go on 3 years, before you get in 2027. When the 100 school government told Liberians, they said there will be 100 public schools. They even start 1 year, 3 years going now. Now they went to the fish, they went to fishery now, they carry press. Everywhere they can just told the president to go. They say one fishery something. Fishery. What if fish? You get the thing is so laughable. I remember again, they carried the same government, full of they can play on the government. They were talking about AR, remember? AR. They had a conference on ministerial complex about AR. The AR being in a blood now. Nobody can hear about AI again. Some stupid guy that came from UK, from Nigeria, other places, they can't cajole and they eat that money again about AI. The Western world, AI just starting in the Western world. Then you talk about AI, you get even food to eat. So what a 100 school project. Well, Gafan were talking about they already secured the funds. How about the complex? How about the sport? The Justice Complex, the President Samuel Doe project, where the president embarked on a few days. They not start the project already. Like, brother, what the question I'm asking, are you people better off now than the citizen of George Weah? That's the question you must ask yourself. Heavy inflation engulfed the nation. Our goods and services in the country, everything skyrocketing. Your milk, your butter, your bread, your copper rice, your meat, your things, your toothpaste, your tissue, your bathing soap, your rentage, everything going skyrocketing. Your electricity bill. What's it changed now? You can join you for free.
My brother Jake, the Liberian people are now seeing, or they are eating from the fruit of their own labor. Today there is crying all over in the land. Everywhere you go, people are crying. If someone is not crying because they have sacked his maybe son or whoever, or a woman is not crying because her husband is sacked, she is crying because her home has been demolished by this government. And they take pride in it. The government is saying we will destroy the properties, we will break down homes. They take pride in it. Where we are, the nation is in a chaotic situation.
It's bleeding here.
While internally our people are crying of no job, high cost of living, Guinea is encroaching on our land very, very rapidly. They are not even sitting. They are not even waiting. And the government continue to lie to the Liberian people. This government feels so much comfortable in lying.
Sarah, you know, why don't worry me. I'll be boy. Think going happy on Joshua Wash. Prince, let me say something. That call is fire for fire. As we always say, that be real here. Guinea like they take the whole lofa country. Is that listen to me? It's not our cup of tea. They will say our country. No. When a Guinea take lofa, we know how to get lofa back. The right person will come back with lofa back. Let me tell you something. It's on that watch. 2 statements the president made are happy and unhappy on his watch. He said, honor my watch. He saw the Liberian Civil War. He spent money in the Liberian Civil War. He spent millions of dollars all over the world when you are playing soccer. He said, honor my watch. There will be no checkpoint on my watch. The election was stolen. They threatened the country. They wanted to bring chaos in that country. He gave it to them peacefully. Say, your ticket. Your ticket. Why are you reaping today? He reaping the biggest benefit. Today, beside the presidency, he reaping millions of dollars every month, every 2 to 3 months that he budget. He get over 100 million. It's not joke I'm talking yet. So, honor that was the capital building got burned, got on fire. The first branch of government, it never happened in our history before. They honor that once again. They're taking the land. You think George he can convene? He's a top opposition leader. He can flat to Dumbuya. Believe me, he can flat. I know when I tell you who in power, I told you who in power in Guinea. Conti son in power. Conti son is in power in Guinea. You think George Dumbuya know George where? Dumbuya know where George where to a final Conti. He can fly to Guinea Conakry on his own account. Now the government say, I want to meet with you. You can communicate any day. You will see Dumbuya meeting George Weah. You will say, listen to me, my brother. He speak French to him. You listen to me. Me from Paris together. We're from France together. Stop what you doing. I get people in hard places too. Stop what you doing. Anything that resulted, I beg you, take your true back. Dumbuya will tell you that it's true back. Let me tell you today, it's only the Unity Party why they like it highly. Thank God that other country they're going to, then they go to Lofa first. Three, there's now a cup of tea. Let it like it highly. The Liberian people made that decision. They made that decision. In that if the Unity Party say this our other land, that we all should fight for our land, then the president tried to reunite the country. Then he started witch hunting people. You saw the damaging report from Front Page Africa a few days concerning our biggest mining company, $2.some billion losses. You saw it on Front Page Africa. I don't know, it's Asala Mita they can join. And I see Baka told you Asala Mita was the great thing that happened for Liberia. Asala Mita, Baka went to Lima County. He said that the greatest thing that happened to Lima County, to Liberia, Asala Mita. How now we see in the newspaper, Front Page Africa, not talking about $2.some billion losses or whatsoever. How? That the same company that you want to renew that contract to sign another 25 more years because the contract will soon be expiring under the Unity Party. And 2 Liberians here, Metal Steel worth $100 billion. They're living very close to me here. Nobody will renew Metal Steel renewal. They shouldn't renew them. The company worth $100 billion. 100 with a B. The meter self, the Mr. Meter himself, the Indian guy, he worth $100 million. Then see the Front Page Africa, see the kind of thing, the damaging report for them today. By the day, the country is crumbling. By the day, we're losing everything. Everything we're losing it. Everything. They like it tell Lofa County. And Lofa people, they get Lofa Defense Force. They will fight or reunite over different force to start fighting Dumaya. That reality. God know what happened. God know the reason why this happening to Liberia. You don't touch it. Please, you're believing God, and then your landlord know God. You don't touch the anointed. The anointed child, you don't touch him. You don't trouble on him. Wait, all the prophecy from the pastor, then you think they lying? You say Liberia will bleed blood, you'll start suffering here. Please, I will tell Liberia 2027, that is tied a seatbelt. They must fasting at seatbelt 2027 going forward. The lane will be tough. Toughness style. You can never test your anointing. They see mistake happen in the Bible. They play on Moses. This thing, it don't happen. It'll come once in 100 years. It comes once in 100 years. God sent this guy. But first of all, the chief aliens saw the first election. Georgia accepted everything. He came to power peacefully. United Nations left the country. We took in control of our own peace. On Ellen, United Nations was on our ground. United Nations, everybody was on the ground. They were guiding the peace of the land. On that was 12 years Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They were spending $150 million Liberians. The United Nations every year spending $150 million in the Liberian economy. Then we from the West, our remittance and other things were $350 million. That the real statistic. Anyhow, $500 million, $500 million in the Liberian economy. But when George came to power, all of them poured out the country. Why the country ain't crumble? Why ain't crumble? George took care of his own security. Now, son of God, United Nations poured out the country. George could appeal to the United Nations and say, yeah, please leave here for I maintain you. The United Nations could because George went with the United Nations to disarm people. But they left the country at that time. 150 million left the country. The security left the country, but they made control his own country security. That 150 million infused the country, vanished from the country. A lot of NGO jobs all vanished. 65,000 people were employed. Only the Unity Party, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And George came to power, the problem with 15,000 had 80,000 people in government's wage bill. So our wage bill was high. In 6 years, George, in 6 total years, was spending $1.some billion on salary and expenditure. $1.some billion, Liberians. 6 years with George Manning, we are facts here. They go ask finance minister. I just say for salary and expenditure, not development, imagine. You think why they harmonize our country? If they're going to harmonize our country, the country is going to crumble. Why now the Unity Party that will cry for you harmonization, you harmonize our people, harmonize our vote? I dare God to take harmonization from there, to carry back to that usual salary to the early Johnson Sirleaf time will crumble. So then I people look for a prince, and I expected nobody. They say election get consequent.
Thank you, my brother. I think time have caught up with us, and let me say I'm sorry for today. You know,
Yeah, no
in and
problem.
out because there's too many things going on. But I'm very sure that with everything this week, we're gonna be okay.
So you
Any,
close what you were talking last night about the George, they're close.
huh?
They're close to the George Solo thing now, and then you get
Yeah,
close.
no, the just other thing we'll talk about it tomorrow. I want to save it because time
Okay.
has already elapsed. So yeah, we'll talk about it hopefully by tomorrow because there's
Okay.
too many things going on. But thank you so much for holding in, for informing our people. Thank you for everything. And to all of you who have been with us, we want to say thanks to all of you. Until we meet again tomorrow, which is going to be a nice time. Have yourself a God bless day and bye from our end.
Bye-bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money.
that I beg that the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you, and God bless.